The night felt like the end of the world. Rain poured down in violent sheets, and the floodwaters roared across the land, swallowing everything in their path. 5 tiny lion cubs clung desperately to a thorn bush, their fragile cries piercing through the storm. Fear filled their eyes, the kind of fear no living soul should ever feel. Not far away, standing on a rocky ridge, Marcus gripped his binoculars so tightly his hands trembled. He had seen countless harsh realities of the wild, but this was different. Just moments earlier, the cub's mother had been ripped away by the raging current. Now these helpless babies were alone, trapped between freezing water, hunger, and death. Marcus was completely cut off. The current was too strong. He couldn't move forward, couldn't help. His mind raced, searching for a miracle, but there was nothing. Only helplessness and dread. Then suddenly something moved. Through the mud and rain, a lone figure emerged. It was Zara, a zebra. Her body was soaked, covered in dirt, and her head hung low as if life had already taken everything from her. Just 3 days ago, Marcus had watched in horror as a lion pride tore her only foal away. She was broken. Slowly, Zara approached the thorn bush where the cubs were barely holding on to life. Marcus held his breath. His heart pounded violently in his chest. This moment would decide everything. These cubs were her natural enemies. One day, they would grow up to hunt animals like her. Instinct should have told her to run or crush them before they became a threat. Marcus braced himself, expecting the worst. But what happened next shattered everything. Zara lowered her head and stepped into the freezing water. The current pushed against her, the cold biting into her body, but she didn't stop. She moved closer. Gently, she nudged one of the weak, shivering cubs with her soft snout. Then, she lay down in the mud. Yes, she lay beside them, shielding them from the wind with her body. She became their warmth, their protection. The starving cubs, driven by pure instinct, pressed against her. Zara didn't move.
She didn't resist.
She accepted them. Marcus dropped his binoculars, tears filling his eyes. Before him, the laws of nature were breaking, or perhaps being rewritten. Days turned into weeks. Marcus dedicated every moment to watching this impossible bond. Zara raised the 5 lion cubs as her own. She hid them in tall grass, protected them from danger, and stayed constantly alert. Whenever another zebra came close, Zara would step in front of the cubs immediately. She was teaching them a silent rule, one they would never forget. The stripes are never prey. The cubs grew stronger, their bodies filled with power, their instincts sharpening. Yet when they looked at Zara, they didn't see food. They saw their mother. They played with her, rested beside her, rubbed their heads against her neck in pure affection. It was love, simple and real. Years passed. The cubs became full-grown lions, strong, dominant, unstoppable. Eventually, they formed their own pride and moved on. Zara, now old and weak, was left behind. Her body had aged. Her steps were slow and heavy. One day, Marcus found her alone far behind the migration. Then it happened. A pack of hyenas surrounded her. Marcus felt his heart sink. He was too far away. Powerless once again. The hyenas closed in, circling her like death itself. Zara tried to fight. She kicked, struggled, but she was too weak. She collapsed. Tears ran down Marcus's face. After everything she had done, this couldn't be her end. Then suddenly, a blur of golden power burst from the grass. Then another. And another. 5 massive lions charged straight into the hyenas. Marcus gasped. He recognized them instantly. The scars, the size, the presence. Zara's cubs. They didn't hesitate. Not even for a second. They attacked with full force, driving into the hyena pack with terrifying fury. The ground shook with chaos. One lion stood over Zara's fallen body, shielding her. He took hits, bites, injuries, but he didn't move. He would not let her fall. Finally, the hyenas broke and fled. Silence returned. Marcus's heart still raced. But now a new fear crept in. Zara was weak, bleeding, vulnerable. Every instinct said the lions should now finish what the hyena started. The largest lion turned toward her. He lowered his massive head. But he didn't attack. Instead, he gently pressed his nose against her cheek. A soft, loving gesture. The others gathered around. They began licking her wounds, pressing their bodies against her to help her stand. They cared for her just like she once cared for them. Marcus wiped his tears as the sun slowly set. The sky burned in shades of gold and red. And in that fading light, he witnessed something unforgettable. 5 powerful lions walking beside a fragile zebra, moving slowly to match her pace, protecting her from the world. As if making a silent promise. No one will ever hurt you again. Nature can be cruel, but love is stronger. And a single act of kindness can echo through a lifetime.